everyone, and welcome to Centennial High School for CTN's coverage of high school baseball. It's April 26th, and we're finally on the fields. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro behind the plate for the action between the Cougars and the Cardinals.
Just make sure everyone knows it's April 26, 2018, in case they're not seeing a replay from last season. But yeah, we are finally get a chance to see some outdoor ball. And what a beautiful day it is here at Centennial.
Hard to believe that just a week and a half, there were 18 inches of record-setting snow over the weekend that further delayed an already slow start. Coon Rapids under the tutelage now of a Coon Rapids alumnus, Matt Mossey.
Yeah, how exciting is that? You know, obviously we were broadcasting when Matt was in high school, and for him has had a nice career and an opportunity to take over his alma mater. And this is an exciting time. This is great, and I know Matt was very excited. I spoke to him last night. Said he was a little nervous for his first game, and which is rightly so. But we'll talk about that. A 6-2 win this morning over Maple Grove.
Yeah, their first game of the year. Played earlier today, so they get a doubleheader right away on a beautiful day.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the flip side, Centennial played and lost last night to that same Maple Grove team, and now take the field looking for a bounce-back game.
There's head coach Raleigh Gertson. He's been coaching a long time. He's seen it all. I had a chance to talk to him before the game, and he's a nice man, and we certainly appreciate his help. And you know, this is their second game, Joe. They've played Spring Lake Park here on Monday and beat them 6-1.
We will take a short break. We'll be back with first pitch after this. You're watching CTN's coverage of high school baseball.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding.
Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy.
What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it.
Back at Centennial High School, and Howie's so excited. We expected to do games more than 2 weeks ago.
We were, most definitely.
And of course, nobody as excited as the athletes themselves to finally get the season started. There's a look at the Cardinal batting order. Kirby Peary will lead things off, followed by shortstop Jackson Bates. Nick Laakkonen hitting third with Bryce Peterson behind him. Caleb Ness, Braden Farley, Adam Offerdahl, Xander Parr, and Logan Rotsine round out the order for the Coon Rapids Cardinals.
There's Zach Street. Had an opportunity to pitch here. He had a little action in that game against Spring Lake Park. Pitched a couple of innings, gave up a hit.
There's a look at the defense behind him. Jake Prasch in right, Trey Driscoll in center, and Casey Trapp in left field. On the right side of the infield, Casey Leeser and Dalton McNamara. Dylan Grant the shortstop, Andrew Matthews as at the hot corner. Wyatt Schoephoerster behind the plate, calling the pitches for Street. First pitch popped up just behind second. Longer run than thought, but coming in to make the catch from center is Driscoll. And a quick first pitch out for Kirby Peary.
Yeah, McNamara coming back from his position at second, and smartly so. Driscoll calling him off, making that play. That ball did hang up a little bit, allowing Driscoll to come in from his center field position.
It looked off the bat as it might stay in the infield even, but a very stiff breeze coming from left behind home plate.
Well, Jackson Bates had a nice game earlier today. Had 4 walks, 3 runs, 2 stolen bases in that 6-2 win over Maple Grove earlier this morning.
Well, he's quickly ahead in the count, 2-0. Fastball in for a strike.
There are always implications, even with the first game of the year, and Coach Bright said, you know, this is a game we want. We want to come out here and get this win here against Centennial. Nice pitch there from Strike.
Strike at the knees evens the count. Bates follows it back to the backstop. Coon Rapids hoping to get a good start. They've got a lot of veterans that have been very eager to get outside. I mean, less than a week of being outside, seeing live pitching with sun and seeing balls off the bat through an infield. Less than 3 days, I'm sure, for Centennial as well, 3-4 days. And racking up the games already. Ball 4 low, and Bates draws the 1-out walk.
Well, you know, and that's the thing with Bates on base. He's got a lot of speed, so Centennial defensively has to be aware of what he does on the base path with just one away.
Breaking pitch down and in. Laakkonen stays still and takes ball 1.
Cardinals certainly would like to see if they can score first here in the top of the first to put a little pressure on Centennial early.
Well, that's one of the things the kids and the coach talked about to start the year. They are going to be aggressive on the bases and try and force opposing defenses.
Well, that, you know, that there are going to be some things from Coach Coe that are kept over here, some of the things that they do, but a lot of wrinkles from Coach Mossey, and that's one of them.
This one popped up wide of third, long run for Matthews. He's there in time and makes the catch, leaning back for out number 2.
Yeah, Nick not happy with his at bat. Unable to advance the base runners and recording that second out.
And now the DH, Bryce Peterson.
Peterson had a great outing on the mound this morning. He pitched 5 strong innings, 8 strikeouts, and an RBI single to help his cause in that 6-2 win. Oh, nice pitch there.
Bent one at just the right spot, froze Peterson, and a first pitch strike.
Yeah, with the runner on and 2 away, that's the way you want to start this at bat. For straight.
Fastball right down the pipe, and Street ahead 0-2 with 2 away and the runner at first, trying to forget about that 1-out walk.
Well, if he can pull one down the line, there's a lot of space in right field.
And a big hole on the right side with Leeser holding Bates at first.
You got Prasch shading over towards center, leaving a lot of green in right field.
This one hit toward the hole on the right side. There to play it is McNamara. The throw gets away. Bates will advance to second, and the error keeps the Cardinals alive here in the top of the first.
Yeah, and we'll see if that comes back to hurt them, because they should have been out of that inning. You're going to see it again, and they had that shift on a little bit as McNamara was playing a little closer to the bag. There's the throw just off.
Plenty of time, no need to rush.
Nope.
But again, first time fielding, throwing just over the last couple of days outside. Runners at the corners now with 2 away for Caleb Ness. Big spot early in the ball game. He goes after the high fastball. And another strike one. First pitch strike for Zach Street.
Yeah, Caleb was trying to make something happen on that high cheese, but he swung through it.
The last guy was a righty.
If he swings after one, you might as well tempt him with another one. That one about chin high. And Ness lays off 1-1.
right.
Good pitch down and in, caught the corner. Get Street back in the driver's seat. 1-2.
Right at the knees. Nice, nice pitch.
Pitcher's count. The runner goes from first. The pitch is down low, smothered by Schoephoerster.
Yeah, Schoephoerster did a nice job of just keeping that ball in front of him, because that ball gets behind him with a speedy base runner like Bates at third. That's going to be a run. Not that there's a lot of space between home plate and the backstop, but
fastball in, strike 3 ends the threat. Cardinals leave 2 in scoring position. Centennial at the plate for the first time after a break. You're watching CTN's coverage of high school baseball. Wyatt throws deep downfield. Milwaukee behind the defense has the catch, and he is gone.
great showing in the 100 butterfly. You can't quite catch the leader. And it's hard to throw you for a loop.
No, not when it comes to swimming.
A walk and an error, but no ill effects from the top of the first inning, and Centennial comes to the plate with no score in the game. Dylan Grant will lead things off, followed by Dalton McNamara. Casey Leeser, the first baseman, swinging third with Trey Driscoll in the cleanup spot. Alex Phillips and then Wyatt Schoephoerster, Jake Prasch, Andrew Matthews, and Casey Trapp complete the order for the Cougars.
Well, as you mentioned, fortunately, Centennial did a good job just getting out of that inning without kind of surviving that error. You saw Parker Hermansen on the mound, and Logan Severson was actually supposed to start this afternoon, but not feeling well. So Parker is getting the opportunity to throw here.
Well, everybody who can throw will throw.
Yep.
With the way the season is stacked up.
Hey, it's your next man up. Just step up and do what you need to do. Centennial coming off an 8-5 loss yesterday. I was going to say last night, but yesterday afternoon to Maple Grove, where they hit the ball, but their pitching, their defense let them down. Looking to rebound from that loss.
Grant looks at ball one high. This one hit to the right side. Scoop by Ness. The flip to Hermansen covering. Got him for out number one.
Yeah, Hermansen had to do a nice job of getting off the mound quickly with that left-handed batter.
Defense for the Cardinals, Xander Parr, Braden Farley, and Adam Offerdahl patrolling the outfield grass. The infield from first to third goes Caleb Ness, Logan Rotzine, Jackson Bates, and Nick Laakkonen. Kirby Peary doing the catching for Hermansen. And that one, another fastball just above the letters, 1-0.
Well, I think what the Cardinals want to get is some solid production from Hermansen, see if they can get some innings.
This one hit up the middle, backhanded there by Rotzine. The throw a little low, but Ness digs it out. And two pretty quick outs.
Yeah, that ball hit deep in the hole at second base. And nice job, as you mentioned, by Ness to dig that ball out and make sure they secured the out. A little bit low. Good job of just gloving it, keeping his foot on the bag for out number two.
And a nice play by Rotzine
Yes.
to field and throw.
Yep.
Good fastball right at the letters, and that's where he's gone with the first pitch on all three. This is the first time he gets it for a strike. It might be trying to take command of the upper part of the strike zone and see if he can't start getting those calls a little later in his outing. This one skied to short left center. Coming over for it is Farley. He makes the catch. And the Cougars down in order. Cardinals back at the plate in the second inning after this on CTN.
Looking for remodeling ideas and inspiration for your home? Don't miss the Coon Rapids Home Remodeling Tour on Sunday, May 20th. See amazing remodeling transformations. Plus, learn about the Home for Generations 2 program, a program that pays Coon Rapids residents to remodel their homes. The Coon Rapids Home Remodeling Tour, Sunday, May 20th, from noon to 4 p.m. Address information online at coonrapidsmn.gov.
Not quite the dog days of summer, but
Nope.
the puppy days of spring.
Oh, I like that. Spring has finally sprung.
Sweatshirts still out at tonight's event. I brought a jacket just in case, but right now I've got the sleeves rolled up and enjoying a fine afternoon in late April.
Yeah, it really is beautiful. I mean, especially considering the winter that we had here in Minnesota, and an opportunity for some spring ball and see a couple of teams that were anxious to get into action.
Braden Farley, Adam Offerdahl, and Xander Parr will hit here for the Cardinals. And that one, an easy take for Farley above the visor. Comes down and clips the inside corner at the knees to even things up.
Yeah, he's done a nice job with that pitch, working those hitters on the inside, right at the knees, and it looks like it's going to be out of the zone, but he does enough to clip the corner, as you mentioned.
This one up, and it dropped into right center field for Farley for a solid leadoff single.
Yeah, Braden got a hold of that one. Just a nice job of putting it into the green in the outfield.
This one
Or I should say the
probably up
brown.
out of the strike zone,
but he hammered it. Was able to hammer it in over the infield, right, dropping just in front of the right fielder, Prasch.
And now Offerdahl at the plate. Street fires low. First hit of the ball game for either squad puts Farley at first with nobody out. 1-0 count to Offerdahl. Street will take a look back over at the runner, and Farley back in plenty of time.
Well, the Cardinals had a couple of base runners thanks to an error last inning, but couldn't put a run across. Nice job here in the second, getting that leadoff hit, seeing if they can put some pressure again on Centennial and Zach Street.
Fastball called to strike at the letters, 1-1. A lot of hole again on that right side of the infield. That pitch down and away.
Yeah, pulling the string on that pitch a little bit, trying to get that far outside corner.
Down and in, skips away from Schoephoerster, but not far enough for Farley to think about it. But now a 3-1 count.
Well, we saw Schoephoerster last year. He's a good defensive catcher. Does a nice job of keeping his body in front of the ball, and you saw it there. Just
one of the greatest names in 20 years of broadcasting
Wyatt
high school
Schoephoerster.
sports.
Yeah, I like
Schoephoerster. Fastball is low. Ball 4, second walk of the afternoon for Street.
Puts a little pressure now. Nobody out. Runners at first and second for Xander Parr. Now Parr, the only sophomore on this roster.
Definitely a bunting situation. Back behind Schoephoerster, able to track it down. Nobody goes anywhere, and an unfortunate bunt attempt gone awry for Xander Parr.
Yeah, that's a situation there where you obviously got too much of that, and Schoephoerster making the heads-up play, making sure he was able to record the out. Takes a little bit of pressure off the Cougars.
Pitch is down, skips behind Schoephoerster, so that will get the job done on the very next pitch. So in essence, Centennial not able to take advantage of the error by the Cardinals.
Well, and that bunt
then will be a pass ball charged to the catcher.
That bunt that was popped out does the exact same thing because you wanted to remove those runners away. You were going to get the out probably anyway. And so that pass ball moves the runners to second and third.
Rodstein fouls this one down the right field line. Long run and well out of the reach of either Leeser or Prasch. And he'll get another chance, this time at 1-1. Just one out, 2 on in scoring position. Rodstein trying to push across the first run of the game. 1-1 pitch from Street is down low, stopped nicely by Schoephoerster. 2-1. Rodstein, and then the order flips over for the Cardinals for the first time. Looks bunt, takes a pitch down and in. 3-1.
Well, now you're a pitch away from loading the bases with just one away. I would imagine he'll get the call to take this pitch.
And it's a strike at the knees, full count.
The Street, you know, he delivers the pitch he needed to.
Ball 4 inside, second walk of the inning. And they are loaded with only one away. And back to the top of the order for catcher Kirby Pieri.
Let's see if he keep this ball in play, but even a drive to the outfield would score a run.
Well, he wanted the one back as soon as he swung at it. This time he'll take a pitch low, ball 1.
And that pitch is starting to fall out of the zone for Street, forcing his catcher to make sure he's on his game.
Misses low and away again, 2-0.
And Schoephoerster's going to take a walk out to the mound along with the pitching coach.
Pitch count climbing early for Street. Just one hit in the first 2 innings, but 5 base runners and only 4 outs.
There you see the pitch count. 35 total. You're right. It's starting to climb.
18 of those in the first inning.
Well, in that first game against Maple Grove, they gave up 8 walks in that game, and the Cardinals took advantage of it. 4 of those walks to Jackson Bates.
And Jackson Bates currently waiting on deck. Perry looking for one he can place. One of the things the boys talked about as well is being a little more focused on working the outside pitch and just going with it the other way. And this would be a beautiful time for that if Peary could poke one down the right field line. A lot of room over there, as you mentioned earlier. This time it's right back up the middle. They come home for 1, go to 3 and get 2. The 1, 2, 3 inning-ending double play. No damage done How you doing, boys?
Fast-paced family life in need of a slowdown?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Did you know all those green shapes on maps are parks and forests? It's true. Visit discovertheforest.org and plan to visit a park or forest near you, instead of just wondering what it would have been like.
While the word forest might make you think of distant lands from far, far away, please note parks and forests are closer than you think, which means things like beautiful scenery, fresh air, and family time are also closer than you think.
So Zach Street struggled through the inning, loaded the bases up with only one out, then makes a fantastic defensive play to start the 1-2-3 double play, and the Cardinals failed to score after loading him up.
Yeah, and Coach Gert's got to be pretty happy with the fact that in both innings, first and second, the Cardinals have had opportunities for runs, and nothing has come across the plate, just that one hit by the Cardinals so far in this game.
We'll have 4 in scoring position over the first 2 innings. That's the most you can leave, by the way.
Baseball with Joe Young. There'll be a short quiz at the end of this program.
Well, a nice start for Herman. Threw 4 strikes, got 3 outs.
That's pretty efficient, I'd say.
7 total pitches.
Let's see if he can repeat that here in the second inning.
Of course, as soon as we talked about struggling with a pitch count, Street got a double play ball 2 pitches later. Belt high strike, and Driscoll starts in the hole, 0-1. Fastball misses low. Sorry, Jackson Bates.
What's that?
Popped up left side. Over, and having to make a reach at the end was Offerdahl.
Made it interesting.
For out number 1.
You're going to see him kind of misjudge it maybe a little bit and have to move back on it. You see a little bit of white there at the top of the glove.
No problem. I got it.
Okay. It's an out.
Designated hitter Alex Phillips. And Herman working quickly. Fastball back up the middle and through the hole past the diving attempt by Ratzin. And a 1-out single for Phillips.
First hit of the game for the Cougars. And Alex Phillips gets it going.
Well, what a shot in the arm it would be for their pitcher and their whole morale if they were able to take further advantage of getting out of a jam in the top half of the inning by putting a run across here in the bottom half. Good fastball for a strike on the outside edge to Wyatt Schoephoerster.
Well, and then Hermansen just wants to, I think, keep this ball down a little bit low in the zone to the outside, forcing something on the ground. See if they can record a couple.
One and one with Phillips at first. Herman delivers, swung on and missed by Schoephoerster, 1-2.
Nice pitch there from Hermansen, able to get Schoephoerster swinging. Upping ahead in the count, see if he can maybe get him something, fool him something, getting he can swing at.
Down in the dirt, and it bounced off of the umpire, and good heads up running by Phillips. He'll get to second on the wild pitch. Hit the dirt, got underneath the catcher Peary, went off of the umpire, and sat right there. This one rolled to the right side. Easy play for Ness, but on the play, Phillips advances to third, and there are 2 down.
Well, again, with 2 away, just you worry about this hitter at the plate. Just get out of this inning without any damage. He's got the right fielder, Jake Prasch.
When Herman here just wants to think about the out at the plate.
Yep, absolutely.
See if he can't get his team out of a jam in similar fashion. Back and out of play, and fortunately a bounce before hitting a spectator. Or a non-spectator, a participant on another field. Pitch in the dirt, nice stop this time by Peary. 1-1. Fastball misses high, 2-1.
Yeah, he keeps that one getting up a little bit in the zone.
This one chopped to the left side and foul, 2-2. Pitch down low. Another good block behind the plate by Peary. Full count. Fastball rolled to the left side. Nice stop by Laakkonen. The throw across skips, but scooped by Ness for out number 3. And the Cougars leave one stranded in the bottom half of the inning. Moving on to the third, you're watching high school baseball on CTN.
Your daughter is having trouble learning French. Do you A, hire a tutor?
Bonjour.
B, enforce a French-only rule at home? Or C, watch some foreign films? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Back at the ballpark, finally free of our wintry confines.
Did you bring your disc, Yund?
I did not.
Ah.
Need to throw those in the trunk for the summer.
Street would like a relatively quick inning this time, as he's didn't want to have to rely on a one-out bases loaded double play where he made a fine stab at the baseball to start it.
Bates earned a walk, found his way to third on an error, but was left stranded there back in the first inning.
That's 5 walks for him today. 4 in the earlier game and 1 here.
This one laced back through the middle. Solid single for Bates and a leadoff runner for Coon Rapids.
Yeah, it was a nice piece of hitting by Jackson Bates. No opportunity for the out. Second hit of the game for Coon Rapids.
Speed pitch up and away, 1-0.
Good eye from Laakkonen.
Pitch down in the dirt. Schoephoerster smothers it. 2-0. You talk about his short and spring, you're going to need all the arms.
That's true.
And just the pitch count racking up right now. for Zach Street.
Yeah, unfortunately for Street, he hasn't gotten into a lot of trouble in terms of run production.
He's gotten in a lot of trouble, but he
in
got
terms
out of
getting
sticky jams both first and second innings. He comes back with a 3-0 fastball for a strike. Laakkonen taking all the way. Fastball on the inside part of the plate, and it's a full count.
Street doing a nice job for coming back from down 3-0.
Ball 4 will put Laakkonen at first. Move Bates to second, nobody out, and the designated hitter, Bryce Peterson, coming to the plate.
And again, some trouble for Centennial. Nobody out, runners at first and second.
Peterson reached on an error, hit a relatively routine ground ball to second, and the throw was just crossed up Leeser over at first. Kept that inning alive for the Cardinals. Good fastball, belt high, and Peterson knows he may not see a better pitch in this at bat.
He looked down at Coach Mossey thinking, oh boy, that was my pitch.
This one's off speed. Fly fouled on the left field line and out of play. But Street somewhere he hasn't been in a while. In front of the count here, 0-2. Called third strike, second strikeout of the game for Street. Peterson gone on 3 pitches.
Yeah,
and that helps both the confidence and the pitch count.
And another nice pitch low at the knees. He was hitting that early on, got a little bit of trouble with it, but seemed to get it back there.
This is the same pitch he just got Peterson to look at. Gets ahead in the count. 0-1 against Ness. Curveball bounced back up the middle. Tough play for Dylan Grant. Throws on the run. And a good scoop by Leeser will get a big second out for Centennial.
Yeah, again, nice.
Good play on the charge from short.
Really nice, and Leeser with just a really nice dig. You're going to see it again here. Just doing a good job. As Grant with the throw. There's the backhanded dig. Ooh. Close play.
Great camera work.
Absolutely.
Great replay work. And a great curveball right there to start Braden Farley behind in the count 0-1.
Well, the Cardinals certainly has not been without their chances to score here in this ball game. They've had runners in scoring position in each inning.
And that time Farley well in front of the curveball. And again, 0-2, and nothing but strikes to the last 3 batters for Zach Street. Since giving up the walk, he has not thrown one outside the zone. Farley fought that one off, gets himself another look at an 0-2 pitch. And here comes Street. Down low. Schoephoerster kicks it out in front of him.
This goes to show all young catchers, you keep that ball in front of you, you're going to prevent bad things from happening.
Track and field. Go, Farley. Okay, now you go.
1-2 and stroked well to left.
They made the catch.
Able to make the catch running back was Casey Trapp.
Gave it a ride.
And again, the Cardinals leave 2 in scoring position. Still no score, middle of the third on CTN.
The county hopes construction of the overpass can start in March or April and be finished by the start of the new school year.
Yes, I'm going to live to be 100.
Back at Centennial High School, basking in the sun and the glory of afternoon high school baseball.
This is the life, isn't it?
It's the one we live.
Working my tan.
Forgot my sunscreen, which is unfortunate.
Discus throwing going on over there.
Discus.
No, that's what they're throwing.
Disc.
No, they're throwing, look at, they're throwing a discus.
Oh, they are doing discus.
Yeah, they're doing some discus. I thought at first it was a disc.
I didn't realize they were that close either.
Yeah. So one comes flying over here. Takes a young doubt.
Fastball in for a strike, evens the count to the third base minder, Andrew Mathies. This one hits solidly, diving attempt by Bates, but a leadoff single for Mathies.
Number 33, Casey.
Second hit of the ball game for the Cougars. A good way for them to start the bottom half of the third, get their leadoff hitter on. Bates tried to stretch out for it, but just got past his glove.
Trapp, the number 9 hitter for the Cougars. Now with a man at first. Nobody on, shows bunt, goes after it and comes up empty 0-1.
Yeah, that's not supposed to do that.
Bunt poke to the left side. Laakkonen will go to second, and they will get the lead man. Bates covering the bag there. And the sacrifice is unsuccessful.
Yeah, and a smart play by Laakkonen. You know, he charged in from third base and a strong throw over to the bag at second to get that lead runner easily.
And now back to the top of the order. Dylan Grant grounded out to first his first time up. Almost beat Herman to the bag. Comes back inside. Clips the corner. And it's 1-1. One falls down and away, and Grant gets ahead in the count 2-1.
And Hermansen trying to get that outside corner so he can get him to wave at something.
This one hit well toward the gap in right center. Long run for Farley, but he's there.
Dalton McNamara.
And just allowed out for Casey Trapp, or for Dylan Grant. Casey Trapp stays planted at first. Two down now for Dalton McNamara. Ground out to second back in the first inning. Now with a runner at first, 2 away. Hermansen throws low.
Hermansen doing a nice job of just keeping close to the bag, 2 away. Wanted to get, in case there's a ball hit to the outfield, where base hit doesn't want to get too far off the bag.
This one hit through that hole on the right side. Diving attempt by McNamara, but no chance. Digging for third is Trapp, and he's in there. And that's a big single to put runners at the corners with 2 down.
Yeah, hit number 3 for the Cougars here. Yeah, nice piece of hitting here for McNamara. Ratzin playing a little bit shaded over to the bag. There was a good amount of room between first and second with Ness holding the runner.
Leeser with a fly to center. Now with runners at the corners, 2 away. First offering from Hermansen hit right back to the glove of Laakkonen. A line drive out. And another runner left in scoring position, this time for Centennial. No score as we go to the 4th on CTN.
145 over 92.
180 over 111.
I had a heart attack, a cardiac arrest, and then a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a heart attack or stroke are far from invisible or silent. Get back on your plan, or talk with your doctor to create an exercise, diet, and medication plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
Cardinals have put runners at both second and third in all 3 innings thus far, have yet to get one across the plate.
And you know, and it's fortunate too for Coon Rapids, and as much as it is for Centennial, that they've had all those opportunities, and Centennial hasn't been able to put any runs across the plate as well.
Centennial has left one at third in each of the last 2 innings. Offerdahl, Parr, and Ratzin, the bottom third of the order for the Cardinals. Offerdahl swings underneath the high heater, and it's 0-1 for Street.
Oh, right at the knees.
And now 0-2. Good start for Zach Street here in the 4th. His pitch count, this will be pitch number 59, and it's high, ball 1. Meanwhile, through 3, Hermansen has thrown 34, 21 of those for strikes. It's fewer than Street had thrown in the first 2 innings.
Yeah, and Coach Mossey has to be happy with that so far. That's yours, Jan.
Popped up behind home plate, and Schoephoerster not able to make the play. And Offerdahl stays alive.
I talked about earlier, there's not a lot of room between the back of the home plate and the fence, and so Schoephoerster able to get over there and at least make an attempt on that. We saw him get one earlier.
Way out of play. By that I meant still at play.
Offerdahl fouls this one hard back to the backstop. Called third strike.
Good pitch there from Street.
All 3 strikeouts for Street so far have been looking by the Cardinal hitters.
Yeah, just one right down the. Caught that bit part of the outside corner.
Xander Parr popped up a bunt attempt. This time looks at a fastball down and in, ball 1.
Official took a piece of that. We'll see it again.
It's a tough job being back there.
Yikes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you want to give that man some time to walk it off a little bit. Get a drink of water.
Yep. Get a lice. Okay, I'm good.
Fortunately, it appears he's wearing the proper equipment.
You have to.
And we're going to keep playing ball. Just needed a second to recompose himself before stepping back in. Count is 1-0. And he asks Mr. Schoephoerster, please stop that next time.
It didn't feel good.
Fastball right down the middle, and the count is even.
Another nice pitch.
Off speed, moving a little bit, and catches just that outside edge at the knees. Gets straight back in front 1-2. Fastball is high. Curveball in the dirt and skips to the backstop. Count will go full. And it is ball 4 for Xander Parr.
So the Cardinals get a base runner with 1 away. Up to Logan Ratzin.
5th walk already for Zach Street. 1 out here in the 4th. Ratzin, one who drew a walk his first time up. Keeping it low.
There you see his pitch count.
It's a lot of pitches.
It's a lot of pitches.
How many exactly would you say?
Through 10 outs. Parr in plenty of time back at before the throw.
You got it.
Foul evens it up, 1-1. Runner is going, pitch is up and in, throw is there but unable to make the scoop was McNamara. Pretty good throw from Schoephoerster, but
yeah, that throw's on the bag, that would have been out. Or I should say was able to.
I think McNamara just lost it
yeah,
in the sun. He was there. Right. The throw skipped once and put your glove and over the bag, and that's where Schoephoerster was about to hit. Instead, it goes down as a error, I guess, on the catcher. Last one to touch the half control. 2-1 count. Now to Logan Ratzin. Parr, the runner at second. Misses low, 3-1.
Now you get that pitch count up again with a 3-1 count here to Ratzin. You saw the last time that he had the take sign on 3-1.
And he takes ball 4, his second walk of the afternoon. Runners at first and second with only 1 away.
Let's see if we get a new pitcher here.
And we go back to the top of the order.
Second time. This time, Raleigh coming out. Raleigh Gertzen, the head coach.
And that will be it for Zach Street. We will take a break Be back with more of the top of the fourth. Cardinals 2 on, 1 out. And it's opening day from Centennial. You're watching boys baseball on CTN.
Hi, I'm Peter. And there's nothing I love more than sharing vegetables with my friends. Come on in, help yourself to anything. That's why we give our food the utmost respect it deserves. Did you know there are simple steps we can all take to help save food? You can cook it, store it, even share it. Just don't waste it. Because when it comes to food, better ate than never. To learn more, visit savethefood.com.
New pitcher on the mound is Andrew Matthews.
I'm trying to see who moved to third. I can't see the number from here.
And Matthews will face the top of the order. This one spun foul in front of first. First pitch swinging for Kirby Peary.
Actually, a street move. They switched positions.
Inherits a couple of runners, 1 out. Pitch low, 1-1.
Now with an opportunity, Perry gets to see a different pitcher here, a little different style. Maybe doesn't throw quite as hard.
High, 2-1. Down low, 3-1. Not the start that Matthews was hoping for.
Looking for a new baseball. Didn't like that one. Had three balls in it. Give me this one with a strike. Thanks.
Nope, that one's ball 4. And the bases are full with 1 out. Jackson Bates has reached both times. Walk in the first, a single in the third. Now with bases loaded, one away. Similar situation, however, back in the second inning when the Cardinals hit into a double play.
Got a courtesy runner, Jack Arndt for Pieri.
Hey, Grant, want to edit that?
You need a new switcher.
Big position here for Matthews. Throws a good strike. Challenge pitch to Bates. Bates lays off. It's 0-1.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to come after him, but you don't want to. You don't lay anything up in the zone either for him. Don't give him a pitch you can drive.
Misses down and away. 1-1. Another pitch missing down and away. 2-1. Bates looking for that mistake pitch and a definite hitter's count right here as Matthews is behind and has nowhere to put him. Bases loaded, 1 out, the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, high, short, fly to right. Back on it to make the catch is McNamara. And they will advance the lead runner, trying to advance second to third. And good heads-up running has Parr back at the hot corner after, or Parr scoring, and Rothstein over to the hot corner.
Well, and Coon Rapids draws that first blood, finally gets a run across with every inning and runners in scoring position. That ball was low and he got under it.
And Bates must have great on-base percentage, because that's sacrifice right there. Doesn't count. And again, 4 walks earlier today. Sacrifice fly and an RBI for Jackson Bates. Brodseen moves from second to third. Arndt still the runner at first. Laakkonen will dig in. Goes after the curveball, and nice looking pitch from Mathies right there.
Yeah, it did a nice job of the bottom dropping out and Laakkonen swinging through it.
Runner from first is going, and he will be given it as Schoephoerster just pump fakes. So Art moves over on runner indifference. And now first base open, and the count 1-1. Mathies gets himself ahead, 1-2. That one's forehead high.
Yeah.
And you're not going to tempt Laakkonen with that. 2-2. 2 away. Runners at the corners. Off speed curveball. Lined into right field. 1 run will score. They're going to push Arndt from behind him. It's a 2-run single for Laakkonen and a 3-0 lead for the Cardinals.
And again, you talked about it. We talked about it earlier. Aggressive base running. Leeser at that time, if he'd been able to pick up that ball cleanly, may have had a chance at the plate. But a 2-run single for Laakkonen.
And that closes the book on the starter street. Both runs he left on board have scored, +1 for reliever Mathies. And the inning continues with Bryce Peterson. Runner is going, and a great jump by Laakkonen, and he slid in front of the tag.
Get a lot of encouragement from his teammates, but yeah, you know, it looked like that he was gonna catch him, but
well, it's not.
Yeah,
the runner he just missed on the tag. Yep. He got around behind it. This one skied. It'll stay in the infield. McNamara underneath it. Backpedals into the grass for out number 3, but Coon Rapids strikes for 3 in the 4th, and they lead as we go to the home half.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Cardinals push 3 across, put up a crooked number, and chase the Cougars starter in the top half of the inning. And Parker Hermansen pitching with a lead for the first time. This one fouled off the handle and toward the dugout, 1-2.
And the Cardinals finally able to push some runs across after threatening every inning. And that's what they were looking for.
Two and two is that one bent well outside. That one down and away in the dirt into the backstop, full count. Called strike on the inside edge. Driscoll throws a look over his shoulder as he heads back to the dugout. And a big first out for Parker Hermansen.
Yeah, on a 3-2 count. Nice pitch there, gets it inside. Just gets the call from the ump.
Alex Phillips, a single back in the second inning. Hermansen pounding him up and in. Couple of fastballs to start the at-bat. Pulls the string a bit and leaves it low. Up and in, and another 3-ball count.
We'll see if he has a take sign here. We're trying to imagine that he would. Oh, guess not.
Fastball swung on and missed, and the count is full.
Big strike there for Hermansen. Now get at 3-2. Got the strikeout the last time at a 3-2 count.
Only the third time he's had a 3-ball count in the ball game thus far. This one hit well down the left field line, long over the head of Adam Offerdahl, and in easily with a stand-up double is Alex Phillips, his second hit of the ball game.
Yeah, he drilled that pitch. That was right up in the zone. Perfect pitch for him, and he's able to take it just to the fence in left field. He was not that far away for putting it over. That's going to hit off the fence. On a 3-2 pitch. So a 1-out double.
Schoephoerster back through the box, scooped up by Bates. The throw in time to Ness for out number 2. Phillips moves over to third. So third inning in a row that Centennial has gotten a man to third base.
An opportunity for Prasch to see if he can get the first run of the day here for Centennial. Scored 5 against Maple Grove last night.
Swung on and missed. Good fastball from Hermansen. This one lofted just behind second, fading out to center. Pretty easy catch for Braden Farley. And the Cardinals return to the plate with a 3-0 lead as we move to the 5th inning on CTN.
Gives me a chance to be totally selfless. More than the food itself, a lot of seniors don't have family. So just to have someone to talk to, just to say, hey, how was your day? That means so much more than a meal could ever mean. We have to look outside of ourselves to be that lifeline to other people. It's worth it.
Lots of opportunities on both sides of home plate. Coon Rapids finally taking advantage of sacrifice fly by Jackson Bates with both bases loaded. Easy for me to say. Then Nick Laakkonen with a 2-run double or a single. Finally got the Cardinals on the board, and then the Cougars in the bottom half of that 4th inning, again able to get a man to third base, but leaving him stranded there and still scoreless through 4.
That's big baseball there. You get an opportunity to score. Coon Rapids does a good job in the field getting done what they needed to do to prevent a run to come across.
Give Mathies an opportunity to see the plate a little bit better. In his second inning of work, came in with a couple of runners on and only one out in that fourth inning. Gave up a hit, a walk, and a run to get the last two outs. Quickly falls behind 0-2. Combined, the Centennial pitchers needed 33 pitches to get through that fourth inning.
Yeah, and obviously it proved costly for him.
Now swung through that, 2-1. And now missing low, 3-1. Down and in, ball 4. Cardinals being extremely patient on the play at the plate. Only 3 hits.
4
hits. Yep. Sorry.
Yeah, but you know, and again, we talked about the walks in that first game. 8 of them against Maple Grove, and there must be at least 6 here this afternoon.
Now slides back safely and easily. Farley looks at a strike down and in. And a big pitch right there for Andrew Mathies. This one hit back up the middle. Scoop by Grant. The flip to McNamara. The throw over to Leeser. And a double play.
Well, that's how you clean up that opening walk. You get that ground ball to your shortstop. This nice little flip over from Grant to McNamara back to Leeser for the double play.
Second double play in 5 innings for the Cougars on defense. Adam Offerdahl swinging hard but coming up empty. He has a walk and a strikeout in his 2 trips. Called strike at the letters, and Mathies able to get to an 0-2 lead. This one rolled back to Mathies, and he'll easily play it to Leeser for out number 3. Middle of 5, it's Coon Rapids 3, Centennial 0. Cougars at the plate after this on CTN.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Blankets will still be the norm as a precautionary measure.
Yeah.
When it comes to spring baseball in Minnesota, but so nice to finally be outside and getting in some baseball.
Yes, it is.
Panthers come to the plate, or Cougars rather, come to the plate trailing by 3 here in the home half of the 5th. Mathies, who started out with a leadoff walk, then got out of the inning just 5 pitches later.
Nice pitch there. Yeah, you know, in this time of year where this is just your second game, you don't know what you're going to get from your pitching staff. You know, you hope. We talked about you're going to need a lot of arms here in the spring. And Hermansen's done a nice job so far.
Good pitch there, right at the knees, evens the count, 2-2. Down and in, ball 4.
Owen Campbell up next.
That is the first walk of the ball game for Hermansen.
Owen Campbell batting for Centennial. I'm sorry, running for Centennial. Thank you. No, he's batting.
Don't do that to me,
No,
Al.
he's batting. I'm trying to see who's out on there.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9 is
Number
Max
9.
Landry.
Landry. And Campbell.
Law firm of Landry and Campbell.
Runner at first, and nobody out here for Campbell. High ball 1. Good pitch there, high in the zone. Even the count 1-1.
Campbell, a big lefty.
Swinging underneath the curveball. Good throw down from Peary, but Landry alertly dives back safely.
Again, smartly now Landry's thinking I gotta keep an eye on Pierre. He's, as you mentioned, nice throw right to the bag, able to get back, but
down in the dirt, skips away and easily over to second, and rounding is Landry. Wild pitch, moves the runner, and it's a 2-2 count to Campbell.
Yeah, not much Pierre could do to keep that ball in front of him, allowing Landry to get over to second.
Fastball swung on and missed, and Campbell's at bat comes to closure, and the top of the order returns to the plate for Centennial.
Big first out for Coon Rapids and Parker Hermansen.
Fastball up, 1-0. Grant 0 for 2, a ground out and a fly out. This one soars to the left side and through. Matthews not, or Landry rather, not able to try for home. Runners at the corners now with one away, and Mossey out to have a word with his pitcher.
Now, I haven't seen anybody throwing at this point for the Cardinals.
Meeting on the mound for the Coon Rapids infield. Looks like he's going to leave his pitcher in place.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't seen anybody throwing, so he just wanted to go out. His first trip to the mound.
Well, he's gotten into some trouble in the last couple innings, but able to get out of it unscathed thus far. This is biggest pickle of the ball game thus far. Runners at the corners, 1 out, and a McNamara at the plate. Singled his last time up. Looks at a pitch down and away, ball 1. Down in the dirt, again gets away from Peary all the way to the backstop. 1 run is going to score. Grant will move to second, and the Cougars are on the board. Second wild pitch of the inning.
Yeah,
for Hermansen.
And that's what they needed. You know, we talked about the Cougars having chances in this game and not being able to score. This time able to get that run across off that second wild pitch.
Big swing and a big miss for Dalton McNamara. Hermansen just reared back and challenged him with a 2-0 fastball. Runner at second, 1 out, 1 across. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Cardinals lead down to 2. Three-one pitch, misses low, second walk of the inning for Hermansen.
Casey Leeser.
Well, I have an opportunity at with a couple of forces. The runners at first and second.
Casey Leeser, the first baseman, has hit into the 3rd out in each of his at-bats. This time he's hoping to keep things going for the home team. First pitch, fouled to the left side.
Well, and the Cardinals are just trying to get out of this inning with just the 1 run. Trying to see if they can get their defense do some work behind them.
Another foul for Leeser, and it's an 0-2 hole. Curve ball stopped well. This one hit softly to the left side on the run. Laakkonen throws and gets the second out. Both runners advance.
Number 5, Trey Driscoll.
Tying run into scoring position for the Cougars.
Hey, important to get that second out, but like you said, you've got runners at second and third. Now base hit to the outfield. There's a good chance to score 2 of those 2 runners.
Trey Driscoll 0 for 2, fly out strikeout. This one skied behind, and Shapiro lays out. I've got to say, you're.
Hey, it's my first game.
Yeah.
I'm old.
Yeah, you're quite spry for an old guy. Well, that's cheating.
Hey, that could be we could do a rap with that. Quite spry for an old guy.
Trey Driscoll will look again in the dirt. Good stat by Peary. Hit batter, and Driscoll will fill the gap at first base.
16, Alex Phillips.
Alex Phillips will have an opportunity with bases loaded.
Right on the elbow.
Driscoll doesn't look too terribly shaken by the contact, and that'll be the end of the game for Parker Hermansen. We'll take a break, and when we come back, it's bottom of the 5th, a 2-run lead for Coon Rapids, but the Cougars have 2 outs and bases loaded. You're watching high school baseball on CTN.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
So 4 2/3 inning for Parker Hermansen. Leaves with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And all of this action on YouTube.
Yeah, you can catch everything we do on YouTube. Just make sure you check it out at youtube.com/CTN Studios.
And so now we have Ayrton Oust. Coming in a pressure situation, the runner at second represents the tying run. Fastball for a strike to Alex Phillips. Phillips 2 for 2 so far in the ball game.
Yeah, the guy you wanted to play in this situation is having a hot afternoon is Phillips for sure.
But it's quickly 0-2.
Oust got the save earlier today against Maple Grove.
Fastball misses outside, but he's got 1 or 2 to spare.
Always nice to be heading the count, especially with 2 away.
Curveball lofted to left on the run to make the catch is Adam Offerdahl. And the bases left loaded. Cougars get 1 back. It's 3-1 Coon Rapids at the end of 5. Three-1 lead for the Cardinals as they return to the plate here in the 6th. Bottom part of their order coming up. But this is the exact part of the order that started the rally for the Cardinals in the 4th. Xander Parr came up with 1 out and nobody on and got himself a walk, and behind him was another walk by Rotzine. And that started the rally. They scored the first 2 runs of the ball game.
Have some changes in the field for Centennial. Alex Phillips moving to right, Jake Prasch moving over to first, and Casey Leeser moving over to third. So they shuffle their few players around.
Just to make sure that Shapiro's paying attention.
Exactly.
Which I'm glad he is, because I would have noticed until, I'm sure, the last out in the 7th inning.
Hey, when did he start playing there? You know, in the 6th.
Called strike, evens the count.
Cardinals would like to see if they can get an insurance run back here in the top half of the 6th inning.
Down low, and it's a full count. Ball 4.
That's the way they want to start.
It's the 9th walk given up by the Centennial staff so far in the game.
Big swing and a miss.
Rodson, a pair of walks. 2 of the 9 for the Cardinals. Check on Parr, he's back in plenty of time. That one nearly soared on Jake Prasch, who has just moved to the position, as Howie had mentioned. So astutely observed. The runner is off. Pitch is low. The throw is not in time. Good speed gets a stolen base for Xander Parr.
You talked about it off the top, Joe, that the Cardinals are going to be aggressive this year, and we've seen them be so. You know, we had Bates had a couple of stolen bases in that first game. Saw another one. Saw one here by Parr.
Good bunt laid down by Rodson. Fielding and throwing in plenty of time is Matthews, but over to third goes Parr. And you talked about that, getting that 1 run back. Well, now with 1 out, he's only 90 feet away.
Yeah, that's just good, solid baseball there. Nice bunt put down. No other opportunity for Matthews other than to go to first for the out.
And back to the top of the order, Kirby Peary walked and scored his last time up. Well, he walked, his run came across. Those aren't on the base paths for him. Pitch is up and in, 1-0. Two and 0. This one chopped softly to Mossey, and coach wasn't warmed up for the throw. That's what we're going to say. Because that's it was a good, clean fielding job by Coach Mossey. The throw, well, wasn't exactly on target. Peary fights this one off, fouled back and out of play. 2-2. Outside, and it's a full count again. This one hit hard to the left side and past Matthews, who was drawn in. That'll be an RBI single for Kirby Peary.
Yeah, Kirby took a hard turn at first and took a little bit of a stumble. Fortunately, he was able to get back to the bag. But yeah, nice base hit. Gets that insurance run back, puts it to a 4-1 lead for Coon Rapids. Still just 1 away and a runner at first. But again, a nice piece of hitting there.
Matthews drawn in at third to try and keep that runner from advancing. And no chance for him to make the play on the hot shot off the bat of Kirby Peary. And now Jackson Bates. 1 for 1 this afternoon with a walk, a sacrifice fly, a single, and obviously an RBI. Runner is going from first, pitch is down and in, throw is in the dirt. Sliding in safely is Arndt, and another stolen base for the Cardinals. Third stolen base for the Cardinals, so fourth.
I think fourth, I think.
Fifth.
Fifth?
One, two, three, 5.
It's aggressive.
Second one this inning.
Yeah, it's aggressive.
They also had one that was runner indifference, so they'll probably give him a stolen base for that. Yeah, they're pushing it. Want to keep those runs moving when they're on base. Don't get sedentary.
No.
At any of those baggies they place around the diamond, as Bates ducks away from ball 3, 3-1. Down low, ball 4, another walk for Jackson Bates.
No, it's only ball 3.
I knew that. Big pitch here. Full count is up and in, ball 4. And they do not throw at Arndt. Moving over to third. Oh, that's Peary.
That's Peary, yep.
He stayed in this time.
He did, just to
and he
just
grabbed
to screw with you.
He grabbed his second stolen base.
Gonna have a pitching change again.
Runners at the corners. Only one out here for the Cardinals. They lead this one 4-1. And we will be back after another pitching change for the Cougars.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
So does this mean Casey Prasch is back at first base? Yes, it does, because Casey Leeser.
Casey Leeser is back at first
base because Jack Prasch is taking over on the mound.
And Alex Mathis back at third.
Like a deck of cards in the infield for Centennial, and I suppose the outfield as well. First pitch for Prasch is down low, 1-0 to Laakkonen. Laakkonen, a 2-run single with 2 outs in the 4th. With runners at the corners and only 1 down. And Prasch will step away. And with all this running, I expect Jackson Bates to probably go early in the count. Called strike, 1-1.
Now with his kind of speed. But I doubt that they'll throw down to second regardless with a runner at third if he does steal.
Couple of fastballs clipping the outside corner low. Curveball is pretty good. Even the umpire had to think twice as that one dropped just in front of home plate. 2-2. Runner is off, and Bates is in easily at second as Schoephoerster keeps an eye on third base, where Peary awaits a chance to advance. This one hit through the hole on the right side. It's going to be at least one, and just one.
Well, he held him.
RBI as they held Bates at third. Phillips able to get to the ball quickly, get it back in the infield, but an RBI single for Laakkonen. Second hit, third RBI.
And nice base wrap from Nick. He's able to get the RBI and push that lead to 5-1 now. Coach Mossey.
They stole him earlier in the ball game, and he was in successfully. And again, you're in a position with only one out, runners at the corners, where a lot of times that catcher is going to give it to you. They won't go on first pitch, and it's a called strike to Peterson at the letters. Peterson looking for his first knock. Would love to see it come here with a couple of runners on, and already a nice lead for the Cardinals. This one back to the mound, turning to get 1 and 2. Third double play of the ball game for Centennial. Second started by the pitcher. This one goes 1-6-3 from Prasch to Grant to Leeser, and limits the damage to 2. But the Cardinals are up 5-1 in middle of the 6th on CTN. Back at Centennial. Middle of the 6th inning. Home squad trailing 5-1. Schoephoerster, Prasch, and Mathies are the scheduled batters for Centennial.
Well, Nos gets a bit of a cushion now, a bigger cushion anyway, coming back in. A couple of runs scored by Coon Rapids to up that lead.
Well, again, he came in with the bases loaded.
Yep.
Able to get the first man he faced to fly out to left. And now gets to start fresh.
Wyatt Schoephoerster.
A lot of runners left on for both squads throughout this contest.
Yes, there have been.
This one ripped right back through the middle. Great way for the Cougars to respond. First pitch single for Wyatt Schoephoerster.
Jake Prasch.
Right fielder turned pitcher, Jake Prasch. Did he make another stopper along the way?
Right field to first base, and then the pitch.
He just moved in on the right side. He creeped in all
he did.
all game long. Down in the dirt, and a good stop by Peary. It's 2-0 though. Called strike draws some groans from the dugout and the stands.
I don't think Prasch thought so either.
Chin high, 3-1. Up high, ball 4. 2 on, nobody out. And a good start to the inning for Centennial trying to rally.
Yeah, well, they're down by 4, and this is an opportunity for them to see if they can rally here. Nobody out, runners at first and second. Exactly the way they wanted to start.
Peary and Laakkonen come in to reassure Aust on the mound. Get a pinch runner over at first. Now the Prasch is the pitcher.
Max Landry again.
Landry, number 9. Fastball for a strike to Mathies. Single and a walk in his 2 appearances. 2 on, nobody out. 0-1 pitch from Aust. Down and in, skips away again from Peary, and he can't scoop on the run. Both runners are going to advance on another pitch in the dirt.
Hope Mathies can get a hold of one here and put something to the outfield. Drive something where we're to a 2-run lead.
This one grounded to the right side. And foul, 1-2. Mathies. Looks at a curveball, 2-2. Curveball got him, second hit batter of the ball game for the Cardinals.
It'll load them up.
They're all loaded up with nobody out.
Number 33, Casey Trapp.
Casey Trapp gets the opportunity here for.
He's been there. Been there.
Well, I'm saying get the opportunity to keep this, see if he can get some run production here with nobody out.
Just like that, the tying runs at the plate. Up high, 1-0. Up high, 2-0.
There's a pitch away from walking in a run here.
A hit, a walk, and a hit batter, and now a 3-0 count to the number 9 guy, Casey Trapp. Looking all the way, and that is called a strike, 3-1.
Needs to put it in that same spot.
Fastball called a strike, and Haas getting it back to a full count. Nobody out here for Centennial. And a called third strike.
Big strikeout.
Huge strikeout. And back to the top of the order, Dylan Grant. A single his last time up, and now just wants to push at least one run across and keep this inning going. Good looking pitch.
Yep. Needed
from
it.
Ayrton Aust. Cougars were in this position defensively in the second inning and able to get out of it with a double play. They've turned 3. The Cardinals have yet to turn a double play.
Big great time for one.
With their lead newly acquired or newly extended and trying to keep it that way. This one skips behind Peary, but he got enough of it. Force at every base. Just got to throw strikes. Grant looking for something he can drive. Instead, it's up high, 3-0. And again, bases loaded and Ost falling behind 3-0.
Yeah, ended up coming back and throwing 3 strikes to get Trapp.
Not this time, a 4-pitch walk. And Grant will get an RBI the easy way.
Coach Mossey taking a stroll out to the mound.
Looks like he's going to leave Ost on the mound. Or maybe not.
Nope. He's bringing in Farley.
And we will take a break with another pitching change. Cougars have the bases loaded, only 1 out. 1 across. It's a 5-2 ball game on CTN.
Your daughter is having trouble learning French. Do you A, hire a tutor?
Bonjour.
B, enforce a French-only rule at home? Or C, watch some foreign films? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
So Braden Farley will come in from center. I believe Ost just went out to replace him in the sunshine.
He did.
Tough position for Farley to come into. The Cardinals with a 3-run lead and 3 runners on base for the Cougars. Dalton McNamara, the hitter at the plate for Centennial. Starts him with a breaking pitch that dies in front of the plate. See the numbers on McNamara. Fastball misses down and away, 2-0.
We're a little different look for the Cougars with a lefty. Three straight balls.
Big, slow curveball that was nowhere close. And another 4-pitch walk, back-to-back 4-pitch RBI walks by the Cardinals.
Number 15.
And that lead now shrinks to 2 runs with just 1 out and the base is still loaded.
And Dylan Grant, the tying run at second base. Base knock for Leeser here could even the score. Extra bases could put Centennial in front. Farley misses low, 1-0.
He needed that strike.
Right down the middle. Evens the score to Leeser. Leeser 0 for 3. Fly out, line out, ground out. In that order.
Right at the knees.
Called strike at the knees, 1-2. This one fouled on the left field line. And we'll try again at 1-2. Slow curveball. And just got a piece of it to stay alive. But that just hangs there.
No, it really did.
This one lifted down the line and left, long run. Making the catch is Offerdahl, and he gets the throw to third quickly. It'll be a sacrifice fly. Mathies able to score, but nobody else able to advance.
Yeah, but
and in that situation, kind of almost the best case scenario outside of a double play.
Right.
You keep the tying run from advancing past second. So good play by Offerdahl.
Yeah, they weren't going to get him. They weren't going to get him coming in from third on that. It was hit well enough, deep enough to left field. Offerdahl had to make the run.
Trey Driscoll hit by a pitch his last time up, takes a fastball down and in, and whoa, was that close. Great throw down from Peary, and it looked like Ness might have gotten the tag in.
I think he made it.
He believes he did.
It was a nice snap throw by Peary. Nice pitch.
Called strike, it's 1-1.
Let's take a look at that one again. That's tough to see there. Caleb definitely thought he had him.
That curveball tied him in knots. It's 1-2.
It's like one of those cartoons where you swing 3 times at a pitch.
Before he gets to the plate.
Yeah, exactly.
Goes back to it, gets him swinging. Tag placed by Peary. And Coon Rapids able to get out of it. Still with the lead, but it's down to 1. Big strikeout by Braden Farley to get him back to the dugout. 7th inning after this on CTN.
Did you know you can report problems to the city with your smartphone? Download the Coon Rapids app. The Report It feature allows you to describe the problem, snap a photo, and submit it directly to the city work order system. It's an easy way to report a pothole, broken street light, or other neighborhood concern. No smartphone? Then hop online and report your concern through the city's website. City maintenance problems solved the easy way. Coon Rapids Report It.
Caleb Ness will lead things off here for the Cardinals in the top of the 7th.
Now, Cardinals like to get a couple of runs back here in this top of the 7th. They did get a couple of insurance runs in the 6th.
And now they have no insurance.
Yeah.
After a 3-run 6th for Centennial.
Here to see the numbers on Ness. Over 2 with the walk.
This one lofted high to right. Lots of time for Phillips to get under it for out number 1.
Relatively quick first out for the Cardinals here in the top of the 7th.
Braden Farley hit into a double play his last time up. Had a single back in the first. Easy to lay off of that one. Fastball in for a strike, 1-1. Low 2-1. Skips all the way to the backstop. 3-1 now.
With one away, we'll see if he has that take sign at 3-1.
This one hit hard through the gap on the left side. A leadoff, or a one-out single for Braden Farley, his second hit of the ballgame.
Got his pitch at 3-1. Nice base wrap for Farley.
Come back over here.
Jack Arndt, the hitter for Coon Rapids. Get an opportunity to bat here in the top of the 7th with one out and a runner at first.
Solid base knock for Braden Farley. 2 for 4 this afternoon. Arndt first pitch fouled back. Slow breaking pitch.
Prasch keeping him close to the base.
Good curveball right there. And Prasch out ahead in the count, 0-2.
Farley certainly has good speed on the base paths.
The Cardinals are, I believe, 6 for 6 on stolen bases. With
that's a good percentage.
With 2 more on runner indifference. So they I believe, have obtained 8 extra bases thanks to their legs. Swinging strike 3 for Arndt, unfortunately. That's out number 2. And Xander Parr.
You see swinging a miss. That pitch dropped out. And Parr now with the opportunity to see if he can move Farley along.
Parr with a pair of walks and a pair of runs in his last 2 at-bats.
Nice pitch there.
Parr immediately thought he should have swung. Pitch he could have done something with. 1-1 now. Big lead at first for Farley, and they'll chase him back. Fastball rolled back up the right side of the infield. McNamara flips to Grant for out number 3. And it's a 1-run game going to the bottom of the 7th. Centennial trying to rally on CTN.
Hi, I'm Peter. And there's nothing I love more than sharing vegetables with my friends. Come on in. Help yourself to anything. That's why we give our food the utmost respect it deserves. Did you know there are simple steps we can all take to help save food? You can cook it, store it, even share it. Just don't waste it. Because when it comes to food, better ate than never. To learn more, visit SaveTheFood.com.
JHB team lining up to watch the end of varsity, see if Braden Farley can save it for the Cardinals, clinging to a 1-run lead in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yeah, look and see if he can have a quick inning here. He's kind of started out a little shaky there in his when he came in, but able to close it out.
Well, a good part of the order for Centennial. Alex Phillips has a couple of hits in 3 attempts. Wyatt Schoephoerster singled and scored
Number
last
16,
time up.
Alex Phillips.
And Jake Prasch also due up here in the 7th for the home team. Phillips a single in the second, a double in the fourth, both times left stranded at third base. Leading off here in the seventh. Tempting off-speed pitch, but it doesn't drop in, and it's 1-0.
Nice pitch there.
Curveball didn't miss by much. Peary trying to frame it up a little bit on the inside corner. 2-1. Back to the fastball, and this one is foul. Look at the hustle.
Look at that.
Got cheers from the dugout. This one rolled to the right side. Rotzine waits, throws to Ness. Easy play from second to first.
That's a good first out. You get you that hot hitter for Centennial out, the ground out for that first out of the inning. Just trying to preserve this win if you can.
Wyatt Schoephoerster, possibly saying that name for the last time. I believe he's a senior, and this being spring, I don't know that we'll see them again. He fans at a bunt attempt, 0-1. He started the rally in the sixth with a leadoff single. Ended up scoring the first in that 3-run inning for Centennial. Would love to be able to do so again here. He represents the tying run with one out. Nobody on. Another curveball, and this one right back through the middle. Another single for Schoephoerster. Tying run is on, and the potential winning run comes to the plate in Jake Prasch.
Now Farley left that curveball right up in the zone, and an easy base hit for Schoephoerster. As he gets things going with one away for the Cougars. Be a nice time for the Cardinals' first double play of the season of the game.
Called strike at the knees. I think Prasch, by judging by his body language, did not agree. This one left up again, and again right back through the middle. Back-to-back base knocks, and the tying run in scoring position. The winning run at first base with one out here in the bottom of the seventh inning.
You leave those pitches up, and that's what's going to happen. Couple of base hits.
Andrew Mathies has reached base every time he has come to the plate. Single in the third, a walk, and a run scored in the fifth. Hit by pitch and scored a run in the sixth. An opportunity here with an extra base hit potentially to get the Cougars their first win of the season. Fastball in tight, 1-0.
Brush him off the plate a little bit. We've seen a couple of hit batters by the Cardinal pitchers here this afternoon. There's no question. I can't believe they were even questioning that.
Yeah, Mathies clearly couldn't keep it on his shoulder.
No question.
No question. 1-1. Off-speed pitch rolled to the right side. Rotzine scoops, gets the runner at second base for a big second out. The tying run moves into score. It moves on to third, but the winning run it moves back to first, or stays at first. That much further away from the plate either way.
That sharp ground ball to Rotzine goes right over to the bag at second, just gets him. No opportunity for it to turn two. I'll bring up Alex Tangren for the first time tonight. Big opportunity here for him with runners to the corners and 2 outs, trying to keep this game alive for the Cougars.
Tying run just 90 feet away with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Farley kicks and fires. It's down low. Good stop behind the plate by Kirby Peary.
Yeah, that was a huge stop by Kirby.
Been 3, I think, wild pitches in the game for the Cardinal pitchers. 2 hit batters. Not as many walks as the Cougar staff gave up.
Hit him.
But that hit him. And now we're back to bases loaded. And we're back to having the winning run in scoring position for Centennial. And we go back to the top of the order.
Coach Mossey say, did he move into the pitch? Or did the ball actually hit him? Did it hit the dirt?
Got his toe.
Yeah.
Dylan Grant.
Number
Walk.
10, Dylan Grant.
RBI walk his last time at the plate. Single the at-bat before that, so 1 for 3 with a walk and an RBI. And now, most likely his most important at-bat of this early season so far. Big conference game in the first day of play. Another slow curveball well in front of the plate and a good stop by Peary. Fastball, and it got him, and we're all tied up, and the bases stay loaded with 2 outs. Fourth hit batsman of the ball game for Coon Rapids.
Yeah, right on the elbow.
Dalton McNamara.
And now Dalton McNamara digs in. He's got a single and a couple of walks in 4 plate appearances. Also earned a bases loaded RBI walk his last time up. Curveball dies way early again, 1-0.
Well, we talked about pitching is going to be tested in this shortened spring season.
Two and 0. And a tough way to see a lead slip away.
Yeah, 4-run lead.
Fastball in for a strike. Farley at least trying to force it into extra innings, needs this out. It's low, 3-0. McNamara drives it to right in and then back and able to make the catch is Xander Parr. He came in a couple of steps, then had to dive back, but he makes the catch, keeps the game tied, and we are going to extra innings.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking, now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back to Centennial High School. We are in extra innings here. We are tied up at 5. Centennial doing a good job of being down by 4. It was 5-1 at one point. They are back as we see some of the Cardinal players. Miles Taylor. Logan Ratzine will get the first opportunity here in the top half of the 8th. We've seen four Cougar hitters hit by pitches in this game, and that's led to part of the reason they were able to get back into this game. First pitch is in for a ball. And Joe Young's back.
I made it.
It was nice of you to sign those autographs for those young children. Yeah.
I was looking for the hot dog vendor, but came up empty. 1-1 and a big swing by Ratzine. Prasch ahead in the count, 1-2. Beautiful curveball for strike 3.
The bottom drop off on that pitch, right at the knees.
Back to the top of the order, Kirby Pieri. Singled, stole a couple of bases, and scored. This one hit hard down the line to third, but Matthias able to make the stop, get it across for Leeser, and out number 2.
Nice pickup at third base and a good throw across. Had to get Pieri.
Jackson Bates a single, a sacrifice, and a couple of walks. And he looks at strike 1 from Prasch. And a fastball for strike 2. Prasch trying to get his team back to the plate as quickly as possible. Good pitch, but the curveball stays inside, 1-2. Fastball called third strike, and a great inning for Prasch. Gets the Cardinals 1-2-3. The second time they've been retired in order in this ball game. It comes in extra innings, and Centennial right back at the plate when we come back. The sun is sinking low at Centennial. The shadows stretching as we move into extra innings. Cougars with a come from behind. They were down 5-1.
Hello, sleepy doggy.
Got 3 in the 6th. And then tied it in the 7th. Left a couple of runners on, as both teams have tended to do all game long. But now an opportunity for the win here for Centennial. 3-4-5 hitters due up. Leeser takes a pitch down and in. Looking for his first hit of the ball game. Another pitch down low.
And Farley's having some control issues in terms of finding the zone.
Well, I would say 2 hit batters in that 7th inning. It was a good fastball there for a strike. Misses low, 3-1.
Nice pitch there.
Fastball in for a strike, and it's a full count. And that's ball 4.
Number 5, Trey Driscoll.
Here comes Matt Mossey. See if he makes a change in this situation. I could use a coat right about now.
Why, winning run back on base for the Cougars. Nobody out. Driscoll is 0 for 3. He reached. He was one of the batters who was hit. And that's going to do it for Braden Farley. Take another break, see if the Cardinals can push this into the 9th. You're watching high school baseball on CTN.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul.
Estimated time, 47 hours.
They will beg.
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
They will plead.
Deep fried butter on a stick.
But whatever you do, don't wimp out.
Now you're talking.
Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. Cheese curls second.
Are you orange?
Brandon Strauss.
I certainly
will
hope
get the assignment.
Certainly hope Eric's here watching. Eric Strauss, son of Eric Strauss.
Boss's kid, there he is.
I know he's here. There he is. There he is, Eric.
Big position for Strauss to come in. Trying to keep that leadoff walk stranded. Driscoll, Phillips, and Schoephoerster are up. Centennial trying to complete the comeback, trying to even their record and even the Cardinals at the same time. And with such a short schedule, every game is crucial for conference and section seedings and determinations.
Yeah, we're talking to Coach Bright. Said this is an important game for us. This will come back in the standings for us, so we need to win. And Centennial trying to complete the comeback.
Laakkonen way in at third, and Driscoll looks to bunt but fouls it back. 0-1. Strauss keeps an eye on the runner and leads her back in time. And
nice
he
pitch.
Gets strike at the knees, 0-2.
Keeps that ball low in the zone. If he does get contact, hopefully he hits something on the ground.
And again, it'd be a good time for the first double play of the game for the Cardinals. This one swung on and missed. 3-pitch strikeout.
Oh, did he get a piece of it?
Oh, he must have.
Yeah, he got a piece of it.
So we'll try again at 0-2. Curveball from Strauss, drilled to left center. This one is going to fall just in front of the wall. They are going to hold Leeser at third, but a big double by Driscoll will put the winning run just 90 feet away, still nobody out.
Yeah, he gave that ball a ride. The deep part of center field. That fastball left up a little bit. Or the curveball, I'm sorry.
Number 16, Alex Phillips.
He hung it out, and Driscoll put it on a line to dry. And now just 90 feet from victory is Casey Leeser and the Cougars. Phillips was 2 for 2 to start the game. He comes up empty this time as he fouls it back out of play. Fastball grounded to the left side. They'll come home, and they will get the runner at the plate. Great charge and throw by Jackson Bates. Good catch and tag by Kirby Peary. Phillips on it as a fielder's choice.
Wyatt Schoephoerster.
But that's a big out.
That is a big out. You got a dangerous hitter out the plate now with just one away.
So now Driscoll.
They walked him.
Is hit first, and they'll put Schoephoerster on base to load him up. Put the double play intact. Prasch at the plate. Prasch a single his last time up. The Cardinals back in a position where need to strand that runner. They were able to do so in the 7th. Curveball gets away, but good hustle by both Peary and Strauss. And the runner stays at third.
Yeah, we talked about not a lot of room behind home plate. And you certainly don't want to make that second out being thrown out trying to score.
That one sails a bit, but Peary able to rein it in. And then the throw back to Strauss got away, but Cougars unable to take advantage, 2-0. Down and away, 3-0.
You filled first base at that point. Now it's down 3-0. You're going to come with some perfect pitches here.
Prasch will most certainly, you would think, be watching all the way, but it's called strike. He thought it was inside. That was ball 4 inside, and it's a walk-off RBI walk.
Yeah, well, you know, give credit to Centennial. They came all the way back from down 5-1 to tie it at 5 and then get the win here in extra innings. And they're going to move to 2-1. The Cardinals are going to fall to 1-1 after winning their opener earlier today against Maple Grove.
So a rough turn of events in the late innings for the Cardinals. And they fall to 1-1 with the 6-5 loss, and you talked about it. It's first day of games, but still an important one for both of these squads.
Man, it's really a tough way to lose a game after being up by 4 in the later stages of this contest. But you know, it is, baseball's a funny game, and things can happen, and so the Cardinals are just going to have to regroup. They've got a non-conference game on Saturday that we'll be at, of course.
I believe they have a game tomorrow too, or
no,
is that the game? That was the game they played this morning.
Yep.
I get it. So we will be there on Saturday afternoon, 4 o'clock start. See you softball on Tuesday next week, and more baseball next Thursday on the road at Andover. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Final score again from Centennial High School. It's the Cougars 6 and the Cardinals 5 in 8 innings. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us to continue to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.